We are now moving on to Death Valley, a place I've always wanted to visit. Heading from Las Vegas to Death Valley takes you over a pass that tops 5,000 feet. And then, of course, you lose all of that altitude once you head into the valley.
We're now below sea level.
All right, we just got here to our campsite in Death Valley. We apparently got the best site here, according to the people next door.
It's the end site.
Yeah.
And we've got this really lovely view, and it's hot. It's known as the hottest place in America, and even though it's March, it's hot.
So as you may recall, our Starlink died while we were in Vegas, but I'm gonna give it one more shot here in Death Valley just to see if maybe a new location helps. I don't have a lot of hope, but there is absolutely zero cell signal here, so it would be nice to have a little bit of a connection. It's still communicating with the dish, but it seems like it's not communicating that well. So I'm really suspecting some kind of connection issue with the dish itself. With no internet, we were forced to go sightseeing. So we made a quick stop at the visitor center before heading out to Badwater Basin.
Now our timing here at Death Valley couldn't have been better because once in about, every 20 years or so, maybe even 40 years, the Badwater Basin, which is normally dry salt flats, fills with some water. And that has happened this year. We were so excited. We happened to be here. There's about a foot of water in the basin. As soon as it filled up, people were bringing their kayaks to kayak around it because it's such a rare event. So yeah, we're feeling very fortunate to get to see this.
A lake in the desert.
Of all the places I thought we would be getting into water on this trip, Death Valley was not on that list.
No. Well, we won't be kayaking today, unfortunately, but that was a thing about a month ago, 2 months ago.
They've had so much rain here that it has filled the basin to it initially filled to like about a foot depth, and but it's drying up really quick, and they think it'll probably be completely water-free again by about April. So we're here at the beginning of March. Let's get our feet wet. I'm getting a salt treatment exfoliation on my feet.
And I brought my water shoes, but I feel like maybe I should have just gone bare feet.
The water, at least where I stepped just now, feels so warm. It looks like ice.
Well, that is the lake in the middle of the desert.
That is so crazy. Wow. Salty.
That's a lot of salt.
Look at it like leaving like powder all over the road. All right, we're in the parking lot at Saltwater Basin. And if you look up on the rocks up here, there's a sign that indicates where sea level is. And you can see we're well below. And yet we're not underwater. That's so cool. Gotta stay hydrated.
Hey, we're Mel and Jay. Together with our cat Benny, we've traveled from Hope, BC to South Padre Island, Texas, and now we're on our way back.
All right, on to the next adventure. We're gonna take a little hike at Natural Bridge.
Well, we're getting to the point where the canyon narrows a bit. Looks really cool. Well, here's a nice natural bridge, AKA arch. Seen a lot of arches on this trip. And here, folks, is a dry waterfall.
This almost looks man-made. Like it's just so like smooth and carved out and like symmetrical. That's really cool.
After the hike, we explored some amazing views on Artist's Drive on our way to Artist's Pallet.
Definitely come and check out this site around sunset because the way the sun hits these mountains just makes the colors look so much more vibrant. Oh my goodness, look at this. You can see there's like blues and greens, pinks. One gentleman we passed said it looks like Neapolitan ice cream. We're up this morning before sunrise because we're gonna go and see the sunrise at Zabriskie Point. I read that it's one of the best spots to see a sunrise here in the park because as the sun comes up behind you, it lights up the mountains in front of you and it's supposed to be absolutely spectacular. Okay, there's like a ton of vehicles up here already.
Pretty sure everyone else read the same brochure.
And in case you're wondering, there is not a ton of parking, despite it being a very popular attraction.
Looks like we just made it. All right, the sun is up, so it's time for a hike. Mel's warming up.
I'm a little chilly.
Now I think this up here behind us is called Manly Beacon.
Where'd you read that?
On Google Maps. And look at that view. And look at our shadows. And this over here is called the Red Cathedral.
See what I mean? It's just like clay, like mud.
Mud rock.
Like all of it. It's like you think you're on rock, but then there's like this cushiness to it that says it's not rock.
And there's all these little rock falls here too. I think we have reached the bottom. Well, this part of the trail is just a bit different.
Very different so far.
All right, now we're ready for the next section. We got food and hats. You can see I'm all decked out in my SpaceX stuff today. That was squishy ground there.
Catches you off guard, doesn't it?
Don't walk too close to this edge. All right, gonna head up another canyon. This is the Golden Canyon. Kind of looks a bit gold. Lots of salt. It's getting very narrow. We're kind of debating if we're going the right way, but how's it looking up there? Is it opening up a bit? But yeah, to the MPS, maybe just a little sign or marker. Yeah, opens right back up again. And that right there is called Striped Hill. No, it's not. I just named it that. Mel is very strikingly black against the white background. Now this is something unusual.
Eating outside. After that awesome sunrise hike, we are having brunch. And it's leftovers basically from yesterday. So we got refried beans and we're adding eggs to it. Jay's looks more like a sauce plate. Plate of sauce. Yum.
Looks good. All right, we had a little siesta and now we are out exploring again.
Got my tea to power me. Let's go.
Well, we made the classic Death Valley mistake. It was hot where we were, but then we went up 2,000 feet in elevation and lost about 10 degrees Celsius.
Now it's not so hot.
Yeah. So we went from like, I don't know, 25 or almost 80 Fahrenheit down to like 65 Fahrenheit. And very windy.
And we didn't bring extra layers.
No, we've got our shorts and t-shirts. I brought my plaid, knowing that we would be out, towards sunset. But Mel did not bring her sweatshirt.
The best I've got is a Mexican blanket. If I'm cold enough, I can make it work.
Yes. So remember, when you visit Death Valley, pay attention to that sign that we showed you earlier that we didn't pay attention to, and check the elevation of the place you're going to. It's just a little bit windy.
So a lot of volcanic craters, when you're talking about aging them, you're talking like millions of years. But this one, the Ubehebe Crater, actually only formed about 2,000 years ago and blasted a 600-foot crater in the middle here of Death Valley. Gee. Woo.
Yeah, so there's some gusts up here, but thankfully on the other side of the crater it wasn't nearly as windy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're coming up here, bring like a wind jacket, and remember that it's going to be quite a bit cooler here than down in the basin.
Or be prepared to run to stay warm.
Yeah, when we were jogging, we were not cold, and I'm
quite warm right
now. Yeah.
Let's
All right, let's go check out the dunes now. Well, we had this perfect idea to get the perfect timing and come here with the late day sun shining on the dunes.
and get the cool shadow effect.
Exactly. So here is the late day sun.
Got a bit of a cloud situation here.
Almost looks like it could rain. Yeah, so we're gonna check out the dunes. We may come back tomorrow to get some better lighting.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how the weather is.
Yeah. Or maybe the sun will magically come out.
I don't know about that.
Well, the dunes are still pretty cool, even in poor lighting. Wow, we've been having such an amazing time here in Death Valley, but we're only halfway done. So we'll catch you for the next half next week. Somehow a bunch of salt got on the lens.
Oh, we're splashing a lot. Oh my gosh. Look at your legs.
I know.
Oh no, I wanted to take a picture.
Well, here.
Oh, perfect.
Whew.
No, it wasn't strong enough wind. Let's try again.
Make sure you don't miss the next video by liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications.
Oh, and don't forget to check out our website and sign up for our weekly email blast.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.